Hey everybody, today we're going to be writing proofs using the HL Theorem. This is 4-6 and it is problem 2. Alrighty, here's the problem. I have been given that BE bisects AD. BE bisects AD at point C. AB is perpendicular to BC. DE is perpendicular to CE. And finally, I have AB is congruent to DE. I need to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEC. All right, let's go through our thought train and fill in this proof. Here we go. First of all, there's my thought train. Number 1, write what you are proving. There, that's what I'm proving. Number 2, choose your theorem you can use to prove it. I think I can do this with the hypotenuse leg theorem, otherwise we call it HL. Then write your support letters on the right. Notice that when I write down the HL theorem, I have to add a letter to the end, because in order for HL to work, it has to be a right triangle. So to prove it with HL, I have to prove that right angle. So these letters stand for hypotenuse, leg, right triangle, or right angle, excuse me. I have to prove a right angle in the triangles. Then the last step is to using your support letters, fill in the rest. All right, here we go. So we can say that AC is congruent to CD. The reason I can say that is that it is the definition, by the definition of a bisector. If these are bisecting each other, that means that this is congruent and this is congruent. So I have the hypotenuse right here, which is opposite that right angle. That hypotenuse is congruent to the hypotenuse of the other triangle. So hypotenuse taken care of, check. Moving on to the leg, I can say that AB is congruent to DE. How can I say that? It's actually given right there in the words. It's also given in the picture. So I'm going to write down that it is given. All right, the last thing I have to do is prove that my angles really are congruent, or that they're congruent and that they are right. So here's what I'm going to do. Angle B is congruent to angle E, and I can do that by saying that that the segments that are perpendicular form right and congruent angles. And that is it. You have a couple of before I let you go, I wanted to notice that this is not one of our normal normal reasons. Notice I have to actually combine some reasons. I have to get a little creative. It's almost more important in this line to say that they are right angles than that they are congruent, because that's what I need for hypotenuse leg theorem. I have to have right angles. So, but at any rate, this does it. Perpendicular segments form right and congruent angles. So once I've done that, I have proved it with the HL theorem. All right, you have a couple things to do today. Go ahead and get after it.